Now, I know I'm bouncing all over the place because there's so much stuff to tackle on this subject. Now I got to reteach you guys everything you thought you knew about everything. The more I learn, the more I find out how deeply the lie goes. No one would have ever questioned the fact or have a reason to question the fact of their reality. I mean, we just accepted what we were told. And even most of us who conscious have discarded a lot of the lies, but this is one of them that we would have never thought to even consider, which may very well be the biggest lie of all lies. And I'm explain that to you later, how this whole view and this reality and the fact of this reality coming to realization of all of this being a real fact, which we're proving right now, can change the very foundation of everything. You see, for years, life as we know it is based on a false model, the heliocentric globe, and that root word of helio is hell. So hell is the illusion that humanity is under right now. And now I'm going to be breaking that illusion on this channel in these next series of videos, which should be over 20 parts. And I'm going to keep putting them out because the rabbit hole goes deeper and deeper. And like I was just saying, the more you learn, the more you realize how much we don't know. And see, the more I learn, the more I realize that everything the ancient ancestors were saying makes perfect sense and also can be proven with all of our math and science, but nothing that the government tell us can be proven in either way. With that being said, I'm going to explain to y'all the reason why they lied about everything and how deep this rabbit hole goes and what's going on here on this Plani-Sphere and exactly what this Plani-Sphere is. Now, trust me, I'm not going to leave no stone unturned, just like I told you, because I asked all the same questions that I know you guys are going to ask, and I did extensive research before I started this. So stay open-minded and stay with me. I know I'm going on and bouncing all over the place. Now let's get back to this, the way light bends and the way they deceiving us with these distorted images. When you find it strange that Hollywood would spend millions of dollars on software to enhance and correct its footage based on the fact that light does bend and that lenses distort images, then ask yourself, why wouldn't NASA invest the same amount of money? They supposed to be our space program. Why wouldn't they correct the footage and the pictures that they're giving us? Why would they intentionally try to deceive us? Apparently that's what they trying to do. Everyone know you supposed to correct the footage if you want to get a true image of something. Now, what you're seeing on the bottom is really what they saw. And we're going to get in deep into what you're seeing on the bottom, this flat horizon that stretches on as far as the eye can see. I'm going to show you the true shape of the earth. And I'm going to prove to you that it is indeed the true nature of our reality. What I wanted to tell you with the way light bend, you can realize this like this. Take a look at the picture in front of you. Now, this is the ancestors' description of the cosmos. Like I said, we're enclosed in a dome or spherical dome, okay? And I'm going to get into that later and show you how all of this works with the ocean tides and the movement of the stars and sun, what is the sun and stars. I'm going to get into all of that. But right now, I want to show you how we being deceived with the footage, the way light bend. And I'm going to prove to you that our ancestors are telling you the truth about us being on a Plani-Sphere, which is an endless flat plane enclosed in a spherical dome, as you see in this illustration. Now, how can we prove that the top of this dome that we're enclosed in is bent? Think of a rainbow. Now, we're really taught that we're on a globe, but we're really on a disc. And what encloses this disc is a dome. So if you're standing on this disc looking up at the dome and you see the reflection of light as it is bent, it will make all perfect sense of how rainbows are formed. And what do they tell you about a rainbow? That you can't reach the end. You know why? If you're looking at this picture in front of you, these ice caps, the distance between the ends of these ice caps, we're talking, we will run out of fuel before we get halfway. So like they say, you can't reach the end of the rainbow because the edge of the rainbow goes to the end of where the firmament meets the ice cap. That keeps us enclosed in this planetarium. And the rainbow actually proves that this is the shape of your true reality, because the rainbow is an arch that show you that the light that's been projected above the rainbow is clearly bent. So we're clearly enclosed in the dome, and you can't reach the edge of the rainbow, just like Andrea Barnes can't reach the edge of the ice cap. If you can kind of see what I'm telling you right now, we're going to expound more on it later. Now, all of this proves that our ancestors were right about the nature of our true reality. In the footage, you see where they bent the horizon, and they're telling you that that's the whole shape of the solid ground beneath you, when that is bogus. Okay, you're on a flat plane, and the spherical aspect would be the dome above you, and all of this gonna make sense to you as we continue this journey. The rabbit hole goes deep, and like I said, I won't leave no stone unturned. So trust me, if you can be patient with me and bear with me, I will answer every question, because I already know what questions you guys are thinking. So what am I telling you when you look at this picture? It's inaccurate, the fact that the only thing we see bending, like they're trying to fool us at that top picture, we know that's a fake picture. They trying to fool us like the earth is bending. But if you walk outside every day, the only thing you ever saw bent was a rainbow. That proved that something above you is bent, which stand testament to our ancestors' model and prove it to be true that we're enclosed in a dome. Okay, but we never saw the surface of the earth bend. And I'm showing you pictures right now across stretches way beyond 6 miles where we should see some bending. We see NASA go to great extents to show you this invisible bend that don't appear when we correct the images. So if they would go to this extent to fake this bend on the earth's surface, what they're doing is hiding the fact that we're on an endless flat plane. The only bending we see is the rainbow, which proves to us that our ancestors' model is perfectly accurate and it supports everything we see in our reality on all aspects. But I'm not finished yet. It's so much more. I'm gonna show y'all how everything works and how our ancestors' model work and make perfect sense. You can't argue with it. You can do the math, okay? But their stuff is bogus theories. So we see they go through great extent to bend the horizon when we know you can go nowhere on this planet and find a bend on this earth horizon, which prove our ancestors right that this is an endless flat plane. So what is the bend? The bend is the dome that you see in this picture. And we're going to be getting deep into this dome later. This dome is called a firmament. It's spoke of in the Bible. We're going to be talking about the Great Rift, which is the crack in the firmament. There's whole science to this is so much, y'all. So stay with me. Now, the word firmament means firm. That means solid barrier. NASA called this the Van Allen belt. No one can go, okay, out of this dome. We're in the dome. In fact, we use words like domination and kingdom. Be dominant. Why? Why don't we say, words related to being on a sphere, proving that the top above us is a dome where the ancestors said God sits on the outside of this barrier. Now, I'm explaining to y'all how deep this go in a minute with the stories and everything what the ancestors said, okay? And I'm going to show y'all this stuff. Now, they've been trying to penetrate this barrier, but they ain't got the technology to make it that high up, y'all. There is a solid barrier that we're enclosed in called the firmament that you see right here. And that's gonna get into what actually the moon is and different planets and all of that in a minute. So stay with me. I know you got a lot of questions. Now, this word firmament means firm. Okay, the root word firm, something solid. Now, if you do the etymology on these words, instead of just reading your Bible saying, okay, the firmament means the stars, and you actually look the word up, you'll know that the root word of firmament, what they're talking about in the biblical Genesis, is firm, meaning solid barrier, okay? And that the root word of planet is plane. Now, firmament means a solid barrier dome. Go on, do the etymology on it. When you look up Plani-Sphere, what it tells you is that a planisphere is an endless plane that is enclosed in a dome or a firmament, okay, which is a solid dome, just like a football stadium. Listen, people, where y'all think they get the ideas to build these stadiums? They get it from the ancestors' pictures that I'm showing you here. They getting it on the true shape of our reality, people. They know the truth. They not telling it to you. That's why they can go make inventions and you can't. You wonder why they can invent stuff, because they gave you the wrong equation. If your inventions are based on the math that you're on a spinning globe 1,000 miles per hour on a spherical globe, you'll never get your problem correct based on that false equation. The reason they thrive and we don't, because we get dumb, stupid, theoretical science and not facts. And this is why the Masons say they build on a square. And we're going to get in that later. The Mason checkerboard represent the endless flat plane. And you ever thought about something, people? If we were on a spherical globe, why do we calculate distances by using square inches? Okay, we use square inches, and this is the big secret of secrets that the secret societies are hiding. The nature of your true reality. We are indeed living in the Truman Show. So what they know is that we are on an infinite plane. That's why everybody can't be scientists, because all of your inventions come from Freemasons who know the truth about this reality. So they are able to build based upon that truth. Everybody can't be great inventors like some of these guys who build these major structures, because if you going out there trying to build a building and you believe you spinning on a spherical globe, your building ain't gonna come out right. But his building is, who know the truth. So y'all can kind of see what I'm telling you here, that this is the lie of all lies. This is what shapes our whole reality, the where of our existence, which is the first part if you didn't know. The who, what, where, when, why. The where comes first. The where is the first part. For example, okay, if a woman is being kidnapped and blindfolded and taken away in a deserted area, and her kidnapper takes her blindfold off, what is the first question she asks? Where am I? She never asks, who are you? That's not important. The first question is always the where, okay? Because the where would automatically determine the who, what, why, and give us the mission and let us see our true place in the cosmos. And like I said, it's go back to the Truman Show. It was the where that kept him stuck in an illusion. So this rabbit hole goes real deep, and trust me, everything I'm telling you right now ain't even 10%, y'all. I'm gonna make so many parts because I gotta go so deep into every aspect and everything we were taught, including the North and South Pole, the sun and stars and everything. So this is still an introduction, but bear with me. Like I said, we're gonna touch on everything. We're gonna leave no stones unturned. So let's move on.